let's talk a little bit about the Federal Reserve. Wake up! Hey, wake up! The Federal Reserve is a really important institution that sets interest rates and controls a big part of the economy. But most people pay as much attention to it as they do to their belly button hygiene, right? And if you just laughed at that, you gotta wash your belly button. Yeah. Have you taken a look at it? What's inside those crevices? You don't know. Anyway, last week, President Trump nominated his friend, Herman Cain, for a seat on the Federal Reserve. And already, people are not happy.
Is President Trump trying to stack the Federal Reserve Board with loyalists and critics of the current Fed leadership?
In the past, friendship with the sitting president has not been what lands you a job running the world's most powerful central bank.
This sort of unorthodox pick, more political than academic.
He's a proponent of the gold standard, which is one of the most archaic ideas when it comes to monetary policy one could possibly think of.
He does not understand pretty basic economic policy issues.
Yes, it seems like once again, Trump has nominated someone who seems wholly unqualified for the job. The question is, how does he keep on doing this? I feel like he goes on Angies List and then clicks the sort button so that all the one-star reviews come up first. I start from the bottom. Although I do understand why Trump would like someone who supports the gold standard, because, I mean, gold standard is also Trump's interior decorating philosophy. But still, guys, this is exciting news. Trump has hired a black person into a high-profile position. And sure, maybe he gave Herman Cain the job because he thought it was Ben Carson, but that's not the point, all right? The point is, there's a new face joining the world of Trump. So let's get to know the guy who's going to be controlling all of our money in another installment of Profiles in Tremendousness.
I have the most dedicated people. I have the best people.
Meet Herman Cain, businessman and Tyler Perry movie villain. He built his reputation as an executive at Burger King, Pillsbury, and he was even the CEO of Godfathers Pizza, which is a weird name if you ask me, because you're selling an Italian food using their worst possible stereotype. Yeah, it'd be like opening a soul food restaurant called Always Late. But what made Cain really famous was his 2012 presidential campaign, right? When he came up with a tax plan that didn't make sense, but sounded really cool.
Herman Cain's campaign is on fire, thanks in large part to his 999 economic plan. But a long list of economists say Cain's plan would hit the lower middle class hard.
Criticized for simplicity and hailed as a campaign marketing coup.
This 999 plan, it didn't come off a pizza box. 9% corporate business flat tax, 9% personal income flat tax, and a 9% national sales tax.
I have a free gift for everybody. Really? It's called 999.
999. Doesn't sound like a tax plan. It sounds like he's selling discount waterbeds. That's what it sounds like. And I won't deny, it is catchy, but you can't create a tax plan off of a catchphrase, right? It doesn't inspire much confidence. It's the same way I wouldn't trust a doctor who's spoken slogans. Doctor, how will you treat this tumor? We're gonna cut it, gut it, and toss it in a bucket. Like, I'm gonna get another opinion. Haha, joke's on you. You got Obamacare. You can't choose your own doctor. Yeah! But Herman Cain wasn't just known for 999, right? He's also known for all the other wacky shit that he said while he was running for the highest office in the land.
Shucky ducky. My kind of crowd.
He wrote in his memoir that if he were president, his code name given by the Secret Service should be Cornbread.
We got plenty of experts. And a leader knows how to use those experts. We need a leader, not a reader.
I'm ready for the gotcha questions. And they are already starting to come. And when they ask me who's the president of you, Becky, Stan, I'm gonna say, you know, I don't know. Do you know?
Wait, what? How is foreign policy a gotcha question? People would like to know if you're familiar with the other people you will be working with. He's making it sound like the job interview is a trap. Are you familiar with Word and Excel? Why don't you hire me? Then we'll see. Honestly, I can see why Herman Cain lost, though, because he admitted that he didn't know who the leader of Uzbekistan was. Like, Trump would have just created his own reality. Trump would be like, of course I know the president of Uzbekistan, but I can't tell you for strategic reasons, folks. But he's a very good friend of mine. Him and his first lady, Uzbeki with the good hair. Great hair, best hair. Oh, and in case you thought that Herman Cain was joking, No, he really didn't know foreign policy. Here's how he answered another question about whether he supported Obama's actions in Libya.
Okay, Libya. President Obama supported the uprising, correct? President Obama called for the removal of Gaddafi. Just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing before I say, yes, I agreed, I know I didn't agree. I do not agree with the way he handled it for the following reason. No, that's a different one. I gotta go back and see. Got all this stuff twirling around in my head. Specifically, what do you ask me that I agree and not disagree with?
I don't know what was happening there, but it seemed like the human version of when you need to take out the Nintendo cartridge and blow on it, you know? That guy's so bad at hiding his thought process. I bet when he was a kid, he would get busted all the time. His mom would be like, Herman, did you spill juice on the couch? He was probably like, okay, there's juice on the couch, and you want to know why? Well, I was out playing ball. No, that's a different one. Maybe it spilled itself. No, let me think. I gotta go back. Mom, I got a lot swirling in my head right now, Mom. So in many ways, you can see why Trump liked Herman Cain. He started out as a flashy businessman and built a presidential campaign on catchphrases and not much information. But their real connection goes even deeper than that.
Once that rising candidate in the polls, now the embattled former pizza executive Herman Cain has suspended his campaign for president. This all happened yesterday.
He says he's out. The announcement comes on the heels of sexual harassment allegations.
Yep, just like Trump. Herman Cain was accused of sexual harassment, but unlike Trump, it took him down. I bet Trump looks at Cain and thinks, wow, that could have been me. So that's Herman Cain. And if his nomination goes through, the economy will be in the hands of a president who has bankrupted casinos and a pizza guy who wants to bring back the gold standard. But don't worry, folks. Everything is going to be fine, fine, fine.